Tutorial, I'll be going through with you Wells Fargo and Company. You can just type it in Google, WFC. This is a symbol of a stock, and if you just click enter in Google search, this information will appear. So, what I'll be explaining is everything from Google. Now, you can see the name of the firm, the full name, and if I want to buy right now, I have to pay 48.28 US dollars for one stock. The market cap is in billions, which means it's a big size firm, and the dividend yield is 4.23%. Now, I just want to point out that please do have a look at dividend yield when you're deciding on stocks, because dividend yield means that a company is financially very strong, because after paying their costs, liabilities, their creditors and loans and whatever, they still have extra money. That extra money is paid to shareholders as dividends, and so any company that is paying a dividend, is that means they have extra money, so that means they are financially very strong. Even if the dividend yield is less than 1%, that is still a positive news, because it is that amount which is less than 1% is still an extra money of the firm. So it means they're financially strong. This firm has 4.23% of dividend yield. So that's the percentage that it's the extra money in the firm. Now, let's have a look at Wikipedia, and I want to show when was this founded. You can just search this box and you can just see founded in 1852, 167 years ago. And now I want to see what the employees have to say. What I'll do is I'll actually copy the whole name from Google, and I'll copy that. It's very simple. Paste it here, click Indeed reviews. Indeed is a very good website for reviews. Click here. I want to see what employees working here think about it. Now I can see we have 34,600 reviews, which is a lot of reviews. Nearly 35,000 reviews. So 35,000 employees have commented, given their reviews, and it's 3.7 star, which is brilliant. It's above average, and we have 35,000 nearly reviews. And you can see pros and cons and what people commented on it, what's good in it, what's bad in it, and to judge yourself what's good and bad, see the photos, the jobs, the questions and everything, go through it yourself. And I want to see the reviews in Glassdoor as well, because that's a brilliant website for reviews. And just click there, and you can see we have 23,000 reviews, which is a lot of reviews, and it's 3.6 stars. It's above average. And just go through the benefits they pay, the interviews people have told how their interviews went, the salaries, the jobs, the photos inside, and the pros and cons. Read through yourself, and it just tells a lot about the firm. Now I want to go to Justia Patents, and that's a beautiful website for finding out the patents, and I want to see if this firm has any patents. So let's have a look. So I'll just tell you that I'll just copy this exactly and see what that is. Copy and search bar. Yes, it's the same as Wells Fargo, because we are searching, because you can see a little bit name change, Wells Fargo Bank NA, and that's same as Wells Fargo and Company, because it's the same thing appears when I search that as well. So just make sure, because some firm have very similar names. So we can see it only has 2 patents. So I'm not looking at inventors, because these are people who invented but they don't have full rights. I'm interested in assignee or applicant, so because they have full rights. So I can see in 2007 they have patent 2007. Both patents are in 2007, which is nearly 12 years ago. So that's brilliant thing, because patents mean the company is strong and it has a moat, and it's a very positive sign. The more patents a firm has, the better, and the more stronger it is in the market. But what comes to my mind is that why don't they have any recent patent? So why don't they have like patents in 2015, 16, 17? That's something to think about, because it's been like 12 years since they have patent. So you need to think about that as well. And so that's brilliant. Now let's see the key executives. What I do is I use Yahoo Finance, and I'll just go there, and I will search in the search bar. And so just to point out, I can see Wells Fargo company name, but there are so many symbols. But what I need to be careful, because what I'm searching, it's WFC in the Nasdaq, and it's WFC, so I need to match the symbol as well for the accuracy. And I'll go to profile right now, and I'll see the sector is financial services, industry is banks, global, full-time employees, and that's brilliant. I have 5 key executives shown, but I can see that 4 of their salaries have been shown. Only one executive salary it says not applicable. Now you need to find out why it's not applicable, why it's not shown. So that's very important, because the more information we have about salaries, the more better. We need a lot of information. We can build trust, and you can just simply go to website, and you have other information as well. Now, I want to show you macro trend. It's a brilliant website for ratios. I just go to price ratio and price book ratio and paste in the symbol, and click there. And sometimes this website takes time to load, so be patient with it because it has a lot of data, but it's a brilliant website. Now let me explain you briefly what price book ratio we're looking at. If the price book ratio is less than 1, that means the stock is a discount, it's a bargain, and it's a sale, so you must buy it because you're getting it very cheap. If it's 1, that means that you're buying the stock of its real value, the real price, so at least it's not expensive, so that's a brilliant news, so you must buy it. If the stock is more than 1, that means that if the price book ratio is more than 1, that means that the stock is expensive. The higher the number goes, the more expensive it gets. So let's see right now in July 2019, it's 1.1. So it means if somebody buys right now, they'll be paying 1.1 times more money to buy this stock. So let's see in 2009 March, it's 0.45, which means it's less than 1, so it's a discount, it's a sale. So people who bought in 2009 March, they bought it, if you just go vertically up, they paid $11.24 to buy something that was $25.12 worth, so they got it like nearly half the price. So people who bought in 2009 March, they got it half price. It was a sale, it was 50% off. They only paid $11 for something that was $25 worth, so it was brilliant. So you need to be careful about that. But if you see that it was very expensive in 2008 September, it was 2.03 times more expensive. So people who bought that time, they paid $28 to buy something that was only $14 worth. So you need to be careful about price book ratio. So right now it's 1.1. You need to be decisive what you want to do. Now go to other ratios, go to current ratio, and in current ratio, if it's less than 1, that means that the stock is very, very risky and it's not safe to buy. If it's 1.5 or more than that, that means that the stock is very, very safe. There's a lot of margin of safety. So let's have a look. Please let me know if I'm going too fast, if you want me to slow down, or if you want me to to suggest me anything or ask me any questions regarding this. Please do ask below the video. Or if you want me to make a video on a particular stock that you're researching right now, please let me know. I'll make a video on that as well. And if you want to suggest me something, if you have any ideas for me, or if you have done your own research about the stock, please share with me as well. I would love to know that as well, what you have researched, because it's good to share knowledge, and that's how you learn. And so please let me know. Thank you. And for this website, like, be patient with it because it has a lot of data, so you might have to wait for a minute or something for it to load. So that's fine because it makes your life very easy. Okay, I'm looking for 1.5 or more than that for it to be safe. Right now it's less than 1. That means stock is very risky, because if you just see vertically up, you can see that the liabilities are more than assets. So the stock is very risky. Let's go back and see the previous trend. Has it ever been 1.5 or more than that? No. So I can see that since 2010 September up till now, it's like nearly 9 years. Consistently, the stock is less than 1. The ratio is less than 1 since recent 9 years. That means since recent 9 years, the stock is very, very risky. The liabilities has always been more than assets, and the is very, very risky. So you need to be careful about that now. And then previously, if I see it's fluctuating as well. So mainly since we have the data, the stock is very risky. Let's go to debt equity ratio. This ratio will tell me if the stock is mainly operating on debt or equity. I'm looking for zero point 0.5 or less than that for it to be safe. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm looking for zero point 0.5 or less than that. Right now, it's more than zero point 0.5, a lot more than zero point 0.5. And, it's very risky because if you just see vertically up, the long term debt is more than equity. It's 1.36 times more than equity. So that means that the company is mainly operating on long term debt. This is very risky. Let's look at the previous trend as well. That has it ever been zero point 0.5 or less than that? Right. Now, since we have the data since 2005 up till now, so it's like 14 years, recent 14 years, it has always been a risky stock in terms of debt. So there has always been a lot of debt. It's operating mainly on debt, and which is very risky. And it's not like 1 year or 2 year. It's like since 14 years, recent 14 years. So it's a very risky stock. Now let's look at return on equity. I am interested in 8% or more than that for it to be very brilliant. Let's have a look. I'm looking for 8% or more than. Yes, it's more than 8%. That's brilliant. Let's look at the previous as well. That has it ever been below? Yes. So it has been below 8% in 2009, 2010, and then 2008 as well, a little bit. So, but if I just see that since 2010 December up to now, since recent 9 years, it has always been 8% or more than that. So, 10 years is a good time period. So, I would say it's a positive thing. Since 10 years, it's above 8%.